Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, myself, Nat, Strat, and Alex are playing Sal, Hey Kid, Amelie, and Parish, long-term residents at Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. We're trying to plan a surprise birthday party for our newest resident, Gertrude, who's played by Matt. However, unbeknownst to us, Gertrude hates her birthday, so our whole plan will be put into jeopardy if she finds out what we're doing. Remember, the story comes about through a natural conversation between players, building upon each other's offers whilst trying to complete a goal set out in that chapter's rules. The important thing to note is that characters have access to their own unique role-playing traits, known as bingos and whoopsies. Bingos are moments when the characters get to fully assert who they are. They are a means to demonstrate that character's ability to play to their strengths, pull off something that nobody else can, or to use their skills to solve a problem, or at least make a situation more under control. Whoopsies, on the other hand, are moments when the characters are not at their best. A whoopsie could be a bad habit, an old fault, or something that sets a character back on their path. Whoopsies often cause problems, or at the very least make things messier and more tangled for everyone. Doing a bingo or a whoopsie will usually cause something to happen to move the story forward, as defined by the rules in each of the chapters. Bingos and whoopsies are meant to guide role-play moments, rather than being strict game mechanics. The other thing to note is that chapters also indicate what special rules are in play. These usually depend on the tone that has been set out, as well as extra bingos and whoopsies that the character may have access to, and how the chapter will inevitably end. Chapters also have plenty of other information, such as tracks that need to be filled, checklists that need to be checked off, and so on. No two chapters are alike, and in the full version of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, players have the ability to unlock future chapters, other playable residents and guests of the B&B, and gain mementos through the use of a sticker system. Whilst I explain the specific rules for the chapter we chose during the recording, I just want to point out that at the time of recording we were using the Ashcan rule set, as the full version of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast is not officially out till later this year. Whilst it's unlikely there'll be massive changes to the world, the story, the setting, maybe even the rules, I just want to flag it up here that there might be. You can still get the free Ashcan rules at Possum Creek Games website, so go and check it out if you have the chance. Many thanks to the cast of the Merely Roleplayers for joining me for this one-shot. Merely Roleplayers is a podcast where theatrical people play role-playing games in the pursuit of maximum drama. You can find all things Merely Roleplayers at merelyroleplayers.com or search Merely Roleplayers in your usual podcasting app. Right now, Merely Roleplayers is airing Falling Cadence, a soft-boiled noir story in 3 acts, powered by the Fate role-playing system. Babyface Private Eye Cadence Fairchild has a shot at her first real case, but it threatens to tangle her up in a web of intrigue and corruption. Set among the penny falls and the rock vendors of a decaying seaside town, Falling Cadence is full of twists even the players at the table can't see coming. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's play Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. So, obviously we see Amelie rush to the kitchen, leaving poor Gertrude and Hey Kid in Hey Kid's creative room. Maybe we'll just pin to Sal briefly. You can see, if there's a camera, the door is shut of the deluxe bathroom with like various notices saying keep out of me. And there's a horrible sort of smell as basically Sal has gone in, opened all the cupboards and picked out all the lotions. It's like body wash, shower gel, shower wash, and then just like all together. Yes. that's exactly what they need. And it's just like putting it all together in the bathtub, like mixing it all, and then it's like trying to find the ideal like thing to put it in. So I've got to do 3 coins.
Oh,
It's possible.
my word.
We've seen it done.
For a gift that Gertrude will not like. So the first flip, it's a tails.
Oh!
It gets very bubbly very quickly. Oh well, I take another coin straight away, so that's 4 coins. Yeah, I'm gonna use the whoopsie of failing to follow through. So eventually, what happens is that it's so bubbly, but then I just go, oh, it's not working, and then I just pull the plug, and it's just like a soppy mess that I no doubt Amelie at some point will find, but currently not. And I'm just covered in like suds, and I just like sort of storm out, going, oh, I need something. It needs to be smelly. It needs to be something. It needs to be different. Maybe a candle. And I'm just gonna fail to follow through, leaving a horrible trail of like soapy mix, and like on the carpets. There's bound to be like those carpets lining the hallways, just like as I'm walking around the many corridors trying to think of something else to do.
Oh,
So much mess.
So much mess.
We need like 10 Amelies to deal with this house.
Should we move back to the kitchen with Parrish then?
The last we saw Parrish was him rushing hopping quickly into the kitchen, pushing Minnie Amelie in with him. The door slams behind them. They hear Gertrude wandering off, distributing cookies as she goes. Parrish is just going to turn to Minnie Amelie and be like, I heard noises. What? I can't see anything immediately wrong with the kitchen, but what's gone wrong?
Nothing is wrong with the kitchen, but now there is no icing. It has been cleaned.
What?
Looking through my records, I have come up with good alternative. We shall use jam.
Hold that thought. Hold. Jam is a good alternative. We're not going to use jam just yet. Can we ascertain? Can you go through your clearly extensive records and find out where you cleaned the icing? And when you say icing, do you mean just icing sugar? Do you mean the piping bags? How much of the icing, quote unquote, has been cleaned?
All of it.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to throw a tantrum. I am not going to... He's talking to himself more than to Minnie Amelie. I'm not going to throw a tantrum. I'm not going to get angry with you. You are just following your protocols, which is very, very good of you. And so far, you've been very helpful.
just leaning in the window, smoking a pipe, is a rabbit in a little outfit who says, "Wouldn't want to see you get hopping mad."
The other rabbits just boo.
There's lots of little carrots being thrown at that rabbit.
See, it's not as easy as that, is it? Is it?
You just like the curtains. The rabbit's got the curtains.
I'll be coming for you boys later. I carefully go to a cupboard and open the cupboard, and inside that cupboard is spare icing equipment. I have no coins, so I'm going to tick off another thing on the cake track, which means we have 3 left.
Nice.
I get a coin.
Got it.
Only halfway, team.
I would like Maxi Amelie to arrive at this point and open the door. Hello, I am Amelie.
Hello,
Amelie.
Amelie. I have new programming to share with you.
Oh no.
What program? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Minnie Amelie? Which one of you? Which one of us is being addressed here, or is it both of us?
Minnie Amelie is the one that the programming can be imparted to. I could not write programming for you. It would hurt.
Good. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Do you need to do this in here, or can you do it outside the kitchen?
Here would be most practical. and efficient.
Okay.
Mini Amelie, please dock.
Could you do it in the corner, just away from my kitchen? So go in the corner of the room, away from where my kitchen is.
I see why no reason not to do this. Corners are safe and often places where dust gathers. I can clean
Yes.
and reprogram.
Good.
Come, Mini Amelie. I am Mini Amelie.
Hello, Mini
Hello, Mini
Amelie.
Amelie.
Hello, Mini Amelie.
Mini Emily.
And Mini Amelie will zoom in and there'll be sort of clanking and whirring and strange sounds because Amelie and Mini Amelie are wooden, like a woodworker's shop. So the programming is probably involving tiny hammers and chisels and saws, as the physical program is.
Update in.
Yeah, the whirring of this as it happens. There's kind of Mini Amelie's voice go. Creativity protocols upgraded by 70%. Feeding present. And the picture of Hey Kid will appear in one implement, and a little slot where I guess a mouth may be considered to be will open, and the painting will be fed into it. Over to you, Mini Amelie. And I will get rid of all 5 tokens.
Nice.
And I shall tick the final box on my present track.
Yeah.
I have present.
While we're still in the kitchen and the rabbits are outside, can Parish converse with the rabbits?
Absolutely.
Okay, so in an attempt to get my present track a little bit further along, Parish is going to open the curtains and look out of the window at the rabbits.
They all freeze like rabbits in the headlights.
What are they doing? What are they doing, Matt?
I think they were workshopping puns.
Yes.
Right, you lot. I've got a request. Can you help me? You seem to be pretty good at sewing and that sort of thing. And I wonder if you could assist me with something, because you've got some natty little waistcoats there, and I was just hoping that you could assist. Would that be possible?
All the rabbits twitch their little noses at each other and at you.
I think maybe they do a big huddle. They're like,
Okay, this is an attempt to get the rabbits to do what I want them to do, which seems perfectly logical. I'm going to flip my chaos coin. So here goes nothing.
let's do it.
Oh, it's tails.
Oh.
Damn it. I'm going to bite off more than I can chew with this. Do I get another chaos coin for failing?
Yes, you do get. Yeah, you got to do a whoopsie and a chaos coin.
Yeah, so I'm going to bite off more than I can chew, and I think this is engage the rabbits in anything.
They start bickering among themselves about how much they should charge you for this, like how many carrots they should demand.
But you're the ones who grow them. I don't understand. I buy them off you.
No, this is definitely a 4 carat commission.
No, 5.
We could split the difference, 4 3/4.
We live here. We should be offering mates rates.
Yeah, but is he really a mate?
No.
He didn't like my pun.
Well, no,
No.
exactly. No one liked your pun, though.
No.
Sorry, I feel like I've caused more hassle than it's worth. I might have to excuse myself and
No, you don't get out of it that easily. We're in contract negotiations now, matey. You can't just walk away from the negotiating table.
Just because you haven't signed on the dotted line doesn't mean that agreement has not been made.
Please, can I walk away from or hop away from the table? It feels like this could go on for some time, and we've got other things to do.
Well, to be fair, I did say you can't walk away from it, but you could hop.
Oh, great. That's what I'm going to do. Bye. And
Wait,
I'm going to hop
no.
away from the window.
While that has gone on, Amelie, feeling very good about themselves for having been creative and got a present, the little internal clock timer that has been counting down to when the cake should be baked has just rung. And while Parish is frantically talking to rabbits, Amelie's just very calmly gone over and taken the cakes out of the oven and placed them on a cooling tray using the make someone's life easier without them realising bingo. And because I have no tokens anymore, I'm going to tick off another track.
Yes! 4 out of 6 for the cake.
I want a party. So that gives me a token. So I now have a token.
In the playroom of acceptable mess, as it shall henceforth be known.
Yep.
I have drawn up a chart, and it's not neat. It is done with poster paint because that is what I have to hand, and I am forcefully watching Gertrude's reaction to every cookie that we try.
Gertrude is feeling a little bit like a butterfly pinned by Hey Kid's attention. Gertrude's usual defense mechanism is in a room with a bunch of people in, blend into the wallpaper a little bit and be able to kind of French exit and ghost when needed. But Hey Kid is very intense and will not take their eyes off Gertrude for a second, especially in this situation.
Nice. Raspberry and white chocolate popping candy. Go.
Ooh, good initial mouth feel. I feel like the popping lingers a bit too long to be comfortable. If you're going to be eating other cookies after it, it interferes with the experience. So I would say
I'm just going to put a 3 down.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Herring and waffle.
No.
I'm not sure I even want to try this one.
Try it. Go on.
Takes a tiny little side nibble. Actually, I think I set my expectations so low that it's actually kind of surprising and savory, and I'm going to give that a 2.
Okay, 2. And what about the double chocolate marshmallow?
The last one.
We'll complete the chart.
I feel like there's a lot riding on this one. That's the last one on the plate.
Well, you should definitely just try it. Go on.
Split it.
Okay.
She splits it in half.
Okay. Okay, so we should try it, and then on one we should hold up the amount of fingers that we think it is out of 7.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Tentative bites. Definitely not as enthusiastic as Hey Kid. Hold up 7 fingers.
I've held up 8.
Nice.
But how can you do 8?
Because it's that good. Obviously.
Throughout this whole process, Hey Kid has, because I appreciate this is a difficult coin flip, has been trying to ferret away crumbs of the good ones. The half. So she's had half a cookie for each one to try them all. So Hey Kid, they've been trying to take portions of the ones that she's rated well.
Nice. I love that.
I'm going to try flip 4 coins.
Oh, come on.
Do it.
You got this.
Okay, that's 1 head.
Yeah.
2 heads. 3 heads. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, it's a tails. Oh, that's so disappointing. But
but you do get another coin.
I do get another coin. Hey Kid has got completely distracted by the chart, so ends up the cookies that they were trying to ferret away and keep safe have ended up just in a big smushed pile under their butt because they were trying to put it in a pocket. It's just on the chair and it's just made mess. And the chocolate is melted, the marshmallow is stuck to their trousers, and they've just got so engrossed in the chart that they've made. This is my whoopsie interrupt someone to show something I think is really cool. It's color coordinated, but not in the way that you would look at a chart and expect colors to go to make sense. It's just colors everywhere. But in Hey Kid's mind, the color coordination makes sense. And they've just got completely distracted, forgotten about the task of getting the cookie bits, and now they're just really intensely showing Gertrude the chart. And being like, here's your chart, so you know for the future all of the cookies that you want and all of the ones that you do not.
seeing how keen Hey Kid is, and also seeing how like on the like riding the high of a sugar rush Hey Kid is,
Mm-hmm.
Gertrude sees an opportunity.
Oh no.
Hey Kid, I've got an idea.
Oh no.
I've got an idea for something fun. You see all these cookies that we've rated really great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to eat more of those?
Yeah.
We should sneak into the kitchen and get the recipes off Amelie, right?
Oh.
And I have to flip a coin to see whether you have to do this or not.
Oh.
It's heads.
This is fine. This is fine.
2 coins and 4 boxes ticked.
Son of a gun.
You couldn't possibly think I was up to something with that charade, though, surely.
I don't think that means you have to do what she's suggesting, but you have to like be pinned down and give an answer.
That's fine. I have time to think of a plan whilst we cut to the other scene. That's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess as you're sort of like, okay, sure, and you're rushing off down to the kitchen. Sal has been pacing up and down various floors as the of Yazeba's. I keep saying Yazeba's Airbnb, Yazeba's bed and breakfast. Sal gets to Yazeba's office, which
Ooh.
none of the other residents are really allowed in, and Sal has only been in a couple times. And knowing that Yazeba's away on business, Sal's like, well, there's bound to be something smelly in there. And and Sal will open the door. I'll invite folks to add stuff, what they think Yazeba's office is. So I'd say it's at the top of the house. There's definitely like a one of those windows, a circular window that is always in an attic space that looks out onto the gardens and stuff like that. So that will be my sort of thing I'm putting in, but I'll invite other folks to populate Yazeba's office.
Like loads and loads of drying herbs hung over the rafters, like great big green curtains of the stuff.
Oh, beautiful.
The office chair behind the desk is actually a series of plush velvet cushions that some are quite like worn and moth-eaten, but they're animated and suspended, so they form the shape of a large like armchair. But if you sit in them and you're a different shape or size, they kind of float around and smoosh around so they fit you.
Oh, nice.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
There's a large painting on the wall of Yazeba, and the eyes definitely follow you around the room.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a collection of random artifacts on a bookshelf. You notice that one of them is a monkey paw that has 2 of the fingers curled.
Amazing. So Sal like moves through the curtain of herbs and stuff. And she's like, all right, there's bound to be. So, and like looks up at again, like almost like Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's a light shining on the artifact. Like, aha! Start to go over. Sees the monkey paws. Remembers the vague sort of like, no, you should never touch it. Like, only use in case of emergency. This is an emergency. Yeah, I do a bingo in the sense of I take a moment to wonder, going, yeah, it's important. So I'll grab the monkey's paw.
Amazing.
And I will be like, I wish I can find the perfect gift for Gertrude on her birthday. And I'm going to flip 4 coins.
Oh my god.
Lordy.
So pleased for Sal that that's how he words it and not like, I want the smelliest thing.
No! All right, first coin. Oh, it's already a tails.
No!
Just your monkey paw.
So the final thing on the monkey paw shifts and it just stops. And then I I've got to do a whoopsie, haven't I? Oh, but I do get another coin. So first of all, I get another coin. So I have 5 coins now. Hooray. And my whoopsie is going to be, I make light of something important. So it sort of, and there's definitely like a whoom as the magic comes out of the paw and like shifts around. And then nothing happens here. Bloody useless piece of junk. And then turns around, is like, she's got nothing in this room. Bloody hell. I need to find something. And I'll leave out the camera lingering on the monkey's paw on her desk. Definitely ominously.
I think the route back to the kitchen from the playroom goes past Yazeba's office, so I think we bump straight into you.
Okay,
as,
great.
as you're coming out. Sal,
Oh,
we're gonna sneak into the kitchen. And what?
Secret plan,
Secret
plan. Hey, kid.
Oh, I thought it was secret from everyone apart from Emily.
I mean, it's sneaking. We shouldn't be. Oh, I guess we've said it now.
a sneaking kitchen? What for, guys?
Hey Kid is giving you the biggest help me eyes while they say, we're gonna sneak into the kitchen, and Emily has been making cookies, and oh, I made a chart. Here's the chart. These ones are the best. They were the double chocolate and marshmallow ones.
Right.
And Gertrude wants us to sneak in and steal the recipe from Emily.
So I am going to do a bingo. I am going to offer what little I have with the information I've been given, and I go, oh, and I lean in very close to these two, and I go, well, those are only the official recipes, but there is one off menu that's in Amelie's secret recipe book hidden in their room.
Well, then we should go there and get that one. If it's a secret hidden recipe, it must be even better than the double chocolate marshmallow ones, right?
Yeah, they only bring it out for certain special occasions. I'd only heard mere rumours of it, playing up dramatic sound. I've only heard mere rumours, but if you really want to taste the purest joy, it is going to be that in that recipe book in Amelie's room.
I don't know though. I feel like I prefer 10 recipes for cookies we've tried and we know they're good, rather than one recipe for a cookie that we haven't even tasted. I'm still team kitchen. I think we should go kitchen. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a whoopsie, which is reject somebody's help.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
you know what, guy? I think I'm better off. Sneaking missions are better solo, so I think I'll just do this myself. You get the great recipe.
Do you not think I'd be a good sneaker?
That's not what I said. I just one sneaker is always sneakier than two sneakers.
But I just wanted us to get the best recipe because I thought that would be the one that you would like the most. But if you don't want to get that one, if you don't think I would be a good sneaking accomplice, then that is okay. I can go away and sneak somewhere else.
I didn't. I guess.
Unless, maybe you could show me how to be sneaky? And maybe if we practice, because if Emily is in the kitchen right now, that's a harder thing to sneak into. But if we sneak into her room, that is easier. And you could teach me how to sneak into her room. And then once I have learnt how to sneak from you, we can sneak into the kitchen where Emily and Parrish is as well, and it would be more difficult. I need to do level 1 sneaking before I can do level 5 sneaking.
Gertrude looks at both of you from behind the mask and through the hair, and looks at Hey Kid's duplicitous child eyes, and then up to Sal, who I feel like is maybe a little bit less able to hide the true plan.
I do a whoopsie, which is hide behind my own confidence, goes, yes, that sounds great. Your chart's not even complete if you don't have... I think we should... Yes, Hey Kid, good job, kid. And really hamming it up.
Gertrude actually sweeps the curtain of hair away from her face, so she's fixing Sal with both eyes. Straight full piercing teenage eye contact. Sal, why is everyone trying to keep me out of the kitchen? And now I have to flip 2 coins.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Tails never fails.
One heads.
No! It's amazing.
And a tails!
Yay!
In your face, party pooper.
So I now have to do a whoopsie.
You do.
I'm going to pull the whoopsie freak out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Gertrude starts to ask the question confidently and plainly, but then her voice breaks halfway through it. Why are you trying to keep me out of the kitchen? And she just feels tears coming behind the mask, drops her hair back over her face again, turns and just storms off down the corridor away from you both, trying to find through the first door she can find and into the maze of the B&B.
This is a horribly tragic moment, but I'm going to use my 5 coins that I've got to tick off the cake because we've bought them more time in the kitchen.
Yep, I like that. I like that. I would also like to cash in my 5 coins because I think I've just got inspiration for my my gift. So fantastic.
So that
I'm aware that this is a very dramatic and somber moment, but at the same time, we need to win. So,
so my tick put us on to 5 on the cake, and then you've got another tick for your gift. Is that right, Fiona?
Yes, so I'm
Great.
on 2 on my gift currently.
Okay.
So.
We should go after her, right?
No. No. I think we have but a moment. Look, you can make sure the others are ready with their gifts and stuff in the basement. Maybe get Amelie to set up the stuff and the costumes. And just runs away back to the room, shuts the room, and the speakers go loud with the bass as suddenly a new composition hits.
Okay. Oh, I'm genuinely torn as to what Hey Kid would do right now. I don't have a chaos coin. I'm going to use the coin flip to genuinely decide which way I'm going to go with this right this second.
Amazing.
oh,
So
Go for it.
heads, I'm going to do what Sal said, and tails, I'm going to do something else.
Yes. Nice.
It's tails.
Amazing.
So Hey Kid is going to stand in the corridor for a second, think about it, and then go toddling off down the corridor after Gertrude. And I'm happy to come back to that in a sec.
Let's go back to the kitchen and see what Parrish and Amelie are doing.
so Parrish is going to be using the icing equipment, and he's icing the cake, and he's doing that, desperately trying to think of ways in which he can get a present for Gertrude as well. He's having a bad time of it. But yeah, so he's racking his brains thinking what he could be doing, but he's also keeping one eye on Amelie, who is clanking and clonking and making loads of wood chipper noises in the corner.
Present program complete. Amelie can help now. Do you require assistance? Is there mess?
No, there is no mess. However, I feel that you are slightly too big to assist me in this kitchen. So would I be able to utilize Mini Amelie to help me?
A little hatch pops open and... Hello, I am Mini Amelie.
Hello, Mini
Mini
Amelie.
Amelie.
So the rabbits behind the curtain are just standing more and more fed up every time. It's like, hello, Mini Amelie.
What assistance do you require?
Have you gained the same creative sort of skills as the as your larger counterpart?
Together, our creative skills have increased by an order of magnitude.
I will take that as a yes. Would you be so kind as to chop the fruit into the shape of Gertrude's face? As I think I can now trust you. Seeing the picture as I had of Hey Kid, I thought that was an incredibly good likeness, and I think this would be a job well suited to your nimble. And I look at your attachments and try and say arms, and end up just going your nimble appendages. So yes, would you be so kind as to take on that particular task?
It would be my pleasure.
Do I need to flip for this? Or does Mini Amelie need to flip for this?
Whoever chooses to.
Bit of metagaming. How many coins you got?
I got one.
I've got 2. The odds are on our side if Mini Amelie, and it makes sense that you're the one who's going to have to do it.
Nice.
So
Go for it.
yeah.
So Mini Amelie wheels over to the fruit, and there is a pause. And just as Parish is moving close to see what's going on, all of Mini Amelie's appendages burst out, the same amount as hugged Hey Kid earlier, but now they all end in knives.
Oh god.
Parish leaps back. It's like, oh good God.
Creative cutting in 3, 2, 1, commence. I shall flip the coin. Here we go.
Come on.
Heads!
Yes.
It is a cloud, it's just a whirling blur of knives. Except for one appendage, which has a Hoover attachment. And as all of the fruit offcuts fly around, it's just snaking everywhere, sucking them all up before they can even touch the surface. And the result is a sort of like a David-esque quality sculpture in fruit.
Beautiful.
Of Gertrude's face.
Oh, amazing. Does that mean we can tick off the final box on the cake?
It does.
It
It
does.
does. So,
Yeah.
so it can happen, but we also have our gifts to do. So the party will happen. What I suggest is that we all have one last thing to do before we go to sort of that final scene. So I will quickly go first. There's a moment and the music stops and the door opens and Sal, not that there's smoke, but there's smoke, and it holds up in his hand a note and he goes, "Done it!" and then on his back is a lute and a triangle and an accordion, and starts making his way down to the kitchen. So his gift is done.
Awesome. I have 2 things that I've got to do to get my gift done. So we can see if that'll happen.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the item that I've got from the laundry, and I'm going to see if I can find one of the other residents, because the rabbits were no help whatsoever. So one of the...
Yeah, why don't you pick, Alex, a guess that you feel would be most helpful? Let's face it, Monday is not helpful.
No, I'm going to go with Yola Oleander.
Ooh, Yola Oleander.
Who is a very old shrub spirit who uses she/her pronouns. Who would like to play Yola Oleander?
Go on, I'll play her.
Are you sure, Nat? Because this is a very old lady.
This is true.
I could have gone with Grackle McFran. It
is a motherly old lady rather than a mad old lady, though.
Yes. This is true. Oh, no, that is outside my comfort zone.
So I'm going to wander off and see if I can find Yola to see if I can continue helping with my gift.
I'm just speed reading through her fun facts, and she's amazing. She's in the herb garden outside. So it's in the garden, but outside the kitchen there is a herb garden. And she is set up with a tea table with a proper sort of floral words. Words have gone from my head. The thing that you put on tables.
Arrangement?
No, just
Tablecloth?
a cloth. Table. Oh my god!
Oh wow!
Yeah, we were all just there going.
Anyway, yeah, she is sat outside in the herb garden. There is a small round table with a floral tablecloth and a couple of those wrought iron garden chairs with the swirly patterns in the back of the seat. She is sat there with a cup of tea, and it's all fine porcelain cups. And there is a porcelain doll in the other chair opposite her, and there is a third spare chair.
Parish is going to hop up onto the spare chair and then hop up onto the table so that he can actually be seen.
Oh, hello, Parish. Welcome. So lovely to see you today.
Well, thank you very much, and the same to you, Yola. It appears you are having a lovely tea party.
Absolutely. Would you care for a cup yourself?
I would absolutely love a cup. I've had a particularly interesting day.
Dear, why don't you tell us? She's pouring you the teapot. Why don't you tell us about it, dear Lady Sherry? Could you please help? Please help our dear parish to sugar. And the doll just sits there, like doesn't move.
Oh.
That's not terrifying. So I explain about the day and about Gertrude's birthday and the problems that I'm having with my present, because I seem to not be able to get very far with it. And I just explain what I want to do and how I want to go about it. And I thought that Yola would be the best person to assist. I don't mention that I went to the rabbits first and they failed. I want her to think that she's the first person. So I don't mention the interaction with the Warren.
You're trying to get pieces to put together a gift for our dear little Gertrude, are you?
Yes, that's very good. I wanted to create quite a thematic gift that she'd be able to treasure for many a year.
Absolutely. Well, sometimes it's nice to just sit down and have a little think about the person. I appreciate we don't know Gertrude all that well, though, do we? Let me see. And she's going to sort of stick her roots into the ground a little bit as she's thinking, almost like she's just connecting with the world. I'm going to use the bingo. She's going to help someone else evade consequences. That's the bingo that she's going to use. Which means, and obviously I don't want to spoiler whatever it is Alex is thinking of for the gift.
Sure.
But it so help someone else evade consequences. I think whatever it is that you want to get, she can help you get it, give you advice, or like distract from you being caught while acquiring it.
So I'm gonna. Does that? I don't think that benefits me. Like in terms of games mechanics.
I tried.
I still. You know when you're like, I really like this, but I don't think there's any game mechanics that allows me to.
Yeah, like there's not really much in terms of assistance, but I really like that. I like what you did there. So I think maybe if you switched it, like you've got everything else under control because you know the cake's being done, getting the decorations up, getting other people ready and stuff like that. That's kind of what you're doing, I guess. Like, you know what, don't worry about anything else. I've got everything else under control.
Nice.
She's put her roots into the ground and spread the word to all of the residents to like, buckle up, dears. Let's get this basement ready.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to try and flip 2 coins and see if this small oasis of calm that's been afforded me can actually assist me in any way, shape, or form. Good grief!
Come on, you got this. Come on.
It's a head. I've got one more left. Hold on. No, I said tails.
Oh! All right, do a whoopsie and get another coin.
Go back up to my whoopsies.
But Yola has helped you evade consequences, right? So does that count as you don't have to do a whoopsie, but you just don't necessarily...
You'd have to do something, like narrate the fail, as it were.
Yeah.
And you still get the coin, but it's not like... I guess navigate that line, essentially. It's not... You don't succeed, but you do get some way. But I guess the narratively do that, if that's okay with you, Alex.
I feel like of everybody, Parish is the one who can most get away with not having a gift ready because Parish can take credit for the cake.
You've put so much work into the cake.
So, as my whoopsie, I'm going to lose track of reality whilst getting caught up in a flight of fancy. So, in this little moment, this little zen-like state, I remember like what I basically start to imagine and daydream me being able to come up with the perfect present. And it's all going brilliantly, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I've done this, I've done that, and it's all worked out seemingly well. And then I kind of snap to and realise it's about 5 minutes before the party's about to start, and I've just wasted my time, and I don't actually have the present.
Yola and Lady Sherry are sat there, like Yola has the cup of tea in hand. Lady Sherry's cup of tea is just sat in front of the doll, just like untouched.
Cold.
Yeah, cold. And Yola's like, that sounds absolutely wonderful, dear. I'm sure she'd love it. When are you supposed to be presenting it to her again?
In about five minutes or so. Yes.
Might want to pop along and get on with that then.
Yeah, I'll see what I can. I've got no time. I will. I don't think I've got any time.
Well, make sure you drink the cup of tea. That'll make you feel better about it at least.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be rude, so I waste further time drinking a cup of tea, ensuring that I cannot give her a gift.
Perfect. Well, we'll go to Amelie then. What's your final act?
Well, Amelie has their gift, which is quite exciting.
Yes.
I think what happens is, having completed the cake, Amelie wheels themselves into the middle of the kitchen, and a whirring noise from within them starts, and the sound of a dot matrix printer continues. As it's happening, the little slit opens up where a mouth could be considered to be, and a piece of kind of like thick sort of like canvas starts to very slowly, like inch by inch, like the old style printer, come out of it. Amelie holds it in some appendages, and somehow, even though the slit is just a rectangle, they appear to smile and wheel off towards the basement.
So your gift's complete, right?
Yeah, it is.
What you could always help someone else's gift.
Oh, can I? Oh, excellent! I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, as who's got gifts that are completed? So I've got my gift completed.
Mine isn't, but I'm going to cover it when we get to my scene, so that's fine.
Alex,
Perfect.
How many things did you need?
2.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, you can, but it's still helping though. So yeah, if you can see that, maybe you meet Parrish halfway through, and Parrish is like,
If a frog could flap, he's flapping.
we Kermit arms.
So yeah, you meet Parrish in the corridor of many suits of armors, plant pots, grandfather clocks,
Mirrors.
etc. Yeah, mirrors. Oh God! I'm trying to get my present. I've failed. I failed horribly. I've absolutely chiefed it. It's terrible. I don't know what to do. Oh God! Is there anything you can do to help?
I think I could help. Yes. How many things did you have? 3 or 2?
I've got 3 coins.
I will look closely. I'll use a bingo and look closely at a complicated tangle, which is going to be the situation that Parrish finds himself in, and say, I do not suffer from the affliction that people like yourself seem to, in which you have so many ideas in such a peculiar order, you cannot see a way from where you are to where you need to be. Perhaps, as I have learned to be creative, you can learn to be a bit more like Amelie.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I will, having done a bingo, give you 2 tokens, which gives you 5.
Hey.
Yay!
Smart.
Amazing. I will cash those in immediately to get one step closer to my present. I've now got a minute left.
Amelie will continue to help, because now Amelie has no tokens. And so can just fill in that final track for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an absolute ledge. Thank you so much.
So what do you do to help then? What's the bit of flavour for it? Because obviously Parrish is like, huh?
I think this is all just very Parrish explains the whole idea in breakneck speed, and Amelie takes a second and formulates an order of events that must occur for him to succeed, and he follows them meticulously step by step as Amelie would, and as a result, present is complete.
Amazing. Yeah, the schematics, there's timings on it, and it's 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Done.
Parrish is absolutely delighted, and thanks Amelie profusely, and Mini Amelie as well, for all of their help with the cake. And yes, hops off towards the party.
Brilliant. Hey kid, go for it.
So, Hey Kid, I have no chaos coins at the moment. So, Hey Kid follows Gertrude down the corridor. And as they pass one of the suits of armour, just takes one of the swords. That's it. That's the final part of my gift.
Yes!
Gets to the laundry room. Well, where was Gertrude going? Was it the laundry room, or where were you going?
Gertrude was going to the laundry room, and maybe Hey Kid gets there a little after her because she was sort of storming off at teenager speed, and finds her in there putting together a bindle. So has a broom handle and has tied a big pair of floral bloomers to one end and is packing all of her stuff into it to go and like be a littlest hobo running away.
Oh no. Okay, well, Hey Kid walks in, and I'm going to use a bingo, which was apply a lesson someone else has taught me. And in the style of Amelie, is just going to walk straight up to Gertrude and give her the biggest, tightest hug that they can manage, and pat her on the shoulder because they can't really reach as high, and go, there, it will be okay.
Hey, Kid.
Hey, Gertrude.
Everyone's been so weird today. I just kind of wanted to get away from it all.
Maybe they were being weird for a good reason. Maybe you're right. Maybe we were being weird because it was to do with you, but not for a bad reason. And maybe it's okay sometimes to have secrets. But maybe you should follow me. Oh, but bring that broom.
I don't get it, but okay.
Come on, let's go. I'll race you. Let's go. Grabs your hand and runs.
Yep, pulled along in Hey Kid's wake.
Oh. So just before we get into our final scene, we can't use any coins, we can't flip anything. This is just pure narrative now because we've come to the end game. But this is important for Gertrude, Matt. You do not have to accept all the presents we give you. You know, you'd be polite about it or anything like that. So that there's no pressure on you at all. Because not that we won, but we did win.
You did beat me soundly.
But feel free to interpret and just be honest about it, because you know it is, as we've all sort of said, surprise parties are the fucking worst. So
that's the moral of today's story.
Yes.
So I guess as we're sort of going down into the basement, I'm gonna give the opportunity again to the floor. I want people to describe one bit of the basement, and Matt, you're also included in this as well, like something about the decoration or the presents or anything like that. So I open up the floor. What does the basement look like as it's now decorated for Gertrude's surprise birthday?
None of us really did anything specific to the basement that we described, so I think a lot of it has been decorated as instructed by Yola Oleander to the remaining guests and residents, right? So it's a little bit as people start to enter, it's still a little bit like Snow White, Cinderella, like small creatures still like putting finishing touches on, like the bunting that was mentioned is being hung up by little bluebirds.
Excellent.
I think there is a sort of a long fence that that sort of divides the basement, and either side are two sort of wooden constructions that roughly look like horses that you could sit on and get pushed towards each other. And they're all on little wheels. They're both on little wheels, rather. So there's that in the centre. I think one of them's got a mop for a head.
Of course, brilliant.
There's lots of heraldry around, but it's all, they've taken Hey Kid's drawings, and they're all like the crests and everything are made up of like glitter and macaroni and all the art that Hey Kid has done over however long.
That's amazing. I'll go. There is a tiny stage with a makeshift throne that's been put there with like cardboard boxes and stuff, and then one like cushion, which maybe some of the those critters are sort of like are busy like trying to get all the shit out of it. Essentially, there's already, and then there's a big sort of G that's been carved into the things meant for our birthday queen.
If it's okay, I'm going to add something that's ever so slightly creepy.
Perfect.
Which is that there's mist in the basement. Just a very, very, very like light haze, but it makes it difficult to know where the walls and the ceiling are. So it feels like it's a bigger space than it actually is, and it feels a bit more outdoors. And the mist glitters slightly.
Nice.
Love it. That is amazing. Sal is busy like helping people out. Like Sal has changed out of their sort of like cool slouchy hoodie into a slightly smarter one, and that means it's just been picked off the laundry hamper that that Amelie has just finished up, so it looks a little bit smarter, but still has like the crumpled t-shirt underneath, and is busy stringing up and like tuning the instruments, getting ready to go.
Parish would be assisting with the setup for all the food, making sure that the cake is in place, that there is a knife and plates and serviettes there ready, waiting for people when we cut the cake and divvy it up. And he's probably speaking to Mini Amelie and congratulating them for the fruit face.
While Mini Amelie is probably awkwardly receiving that thank you, Maxi Amelie is doing one final sweep of the room to make sure everything is clean and strategically placing dustpans and brushes at places where they think mess may occur.
Brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, Hey Kid is just pulling Gertrude along. We have to, on the way to the basement, we have to make an emergency stop in the playroom to pick up the bit of your present that I hid there earlier. And I think I have to, you have to put this on. And there's a blindfold. But it's just a big scarf.
Oh, okay. No, I don't want that. But if that's important, we can just do this. And Gertrude just pulls her mask down ever so slightly, so the eye holes aren't over her eyes anymore.
Great. Just because you can't see this bit, and try not to listen to it as well. Rustle. As well.
Gertrude is absolutely like listening intently and trying to work out what the heck's going on.
It sounds like a newspaper construction that is kind of shuffling and rattling around. And yeah, it's just going to grab your hand and run towards the basement door.
Be careful, I can't see.
It's okay. This way.
Stairs! Ah!
No, it's fine. You are not at the stairs yet. Oh, but you should definitely duck right now. Now!
Yep, Gertrude ducks.
There was nothing there.
I think there's a moment of where there's maybe like one of the rabbits is like, oh, they're coming. And everyone's like, so we all go and try and hide. Some of the people just like duck down in the mist. Sal hides behind the throne.
You just hear the thundering of Hey Kid's footsteps, like on the way, like followed by Gertrude's.
I feel like Hey Kid's in control of themselves and their own movement more. So Hey Kid is able to halt at the bottom of the stairs, but Gertrude's momentum just carries her, so she almost like stumbles and is catapulted into the middle of the basement.
As we're running, you suddenly hear Hey Kid's feet stop, and then you keep running for just a fraction of a second, and then they're like, "Stop, stairs!" But it's already too late.
Oh no!
Oops! You okay? Sorry. You can look now.
Gertrude puts the mask back where it's supposed to go and is in an absolute storm of confusion and teenage emotions. Doesn't know whether she's coming or going. She was about to announce to everybody, or she was about to slip out and leave the B&B 5 minutes ago, and now has been pulled into another mystery. Looks around, and I don't think she's been in the basement before, so is just sort of like looking around, not knowing where on earth she's ended up now.
Especially with all that mist and stuff, and these various cardboard cutouts of like terrifying things.
I think we all shout surprise, right? When she takes the mask off. So there's a big like surprise!
Surprise!
Gertrude jumps out of her skin.
Sal will like appear around and be like, oh good, and like goes and helps you up and sort of dusts you down and say, surprise! Look. And then everyone's like clapping and like, yeah, Gertrude.
What is happening? Somebody tell me what's happening.
Were you surprised? It's important that you were surprised.
I'm very confused.
Oh.
Oh, confusion was not the intent.
Now we need to make her surprised.
Gertrude's looking around, taking in surroundings. Like, are there like visual cues that this is a birthday thing? I mean, there's the cake.
There's the bunting that says probably happy birthday Gertrude, and it's like I assume there's like people wearing hats and stuff like that. So it might look ominous when they come out of the fog, like oh no, and then That is in party regalia.
Which I guess is kind of terrifying to get. Like, Gertrude hates her birthday, and now a birthday is emerging from creepy fog to ambush her. And she's just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Is this what I think it is?
I'm gonna do a bingo, and I'm gonna like put your hand, Gertrude, in mine, and I'm gonna speak from the heart and light up the world, and I'm gonna say, you know, Parish told us that it was your birthday today, and we wanted to do something special for it, and we figured that we'd all pitch in, all of us, not just Parish, but also both Amelies, or all the versions of Amelie, Hey Kid as well.
I feel like some trust was built with Gertrude and Sal earlier with the jam session, and so Gertrude doesn't accepts the hand and doesn't pull away, and turns and rests her forehead on Sal's chest, and just murmuring just loud enough for Sal to hear, almost reverberating through the contact. It's like, Sal, I hate my birthday.
Oh, again, little hug with rubbing the back hair.
I've always hated it.
I'll push Gertrude back and look into the mask, and I go, well, it's not just your birthday today. It's all of our unbirthdays today. So we could celebrate those instead, and you can be a part of it.
That sounds nice. Gertrude's just nervously nodding and relieved nodding, has been given an out and is like, yes, I will accept this.
Today is not just a birthday, though. Today is the day that you get to defeat the evil sorcerer Grax. And Hey Kid is going to pull out the present. And it's a piñata of Grax.
Yes!
And they have tied the sort of newspaper papier-mâché painting creation that they made to the broom pole that you got, and they hand you the sword. It was supposed to have cookie bits inside it, so maybe ignore that bit, but you can still hit it with the sword a lot.
Gertrude goes bright red under the mask. It's like, did you read the book?
Not really. I looked at the pictures. It's a very long book.
I love it. Thank you. Again, there's relief on Gertrude's face that they something that she likes has not been kind of exposed, because that would be very uncool.
Hey Kid is like, okay, great. The present has been accepted. She liked it. Good. I'm off. And starts just running around and jumps on the back of one of the faux horses. And is just like, yeah,
done.
Yeah, I have birthdayed.
Gertrude, with abandon, smashes the piñata, taking out lots of birthday feelings on it. It's under her breath, only people standing quite close would probably hear, being like, okay, I could get used to this.
As Parish sees Hey Kid jump onto the back of one of the horses, he encourages one of the other, probably a rabbit or four, to jump on to the other one to sort of get one of the jousts going, because he's there for the party, but he really wants to see a joust. He's not going to take part. And lets a moment drop for Gertrude just to have a little bit of moment of space, and goes up to her and goes, I don't know if you're aware, but jousts need to be started by somebody, and that's generally the guest of honor, in case in this instance that's you, and it's always done with the dropping of a handkerchief, and he presents his gift, which is a white handkerchief with the symbol for Virgo embroidered onto it. And hands it to Gertrude and says, if you wouldn't mind, I do believe that those 4 rabbits and that Hey Kid wish to joust.
Okay. Tell me, can you walk me through it? I've never done it before.
Well, let's go up to the throne, and I'll go up with you. So hopping with you takes you up to the throne. If you don't want to do the speaking part, I can do that. But all you've got to do is when I stop speaking, drop the handkerchief. Are you happy to do that?
I can do that.
Marvelous.
That's a level of attention I'm comfortable with.
So I hop up onto the back of the throne, and in the most sort of oratory style that I can muster as a frog, say to the assembled people, "Everyone gathered here today, we have a joust that is about to begin. Who would like to see the joust?"
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, go on.
The joust is going to take part between Hey Kid and on the other side of the mop horse, the 4 rabbits in waistcoats. If our guest of honor would like to start the joust, please drop the handkerchief.
And Gertrude actually throws herself into it a little bit and like strikes a bit of a regal pose, sitting upright on the chair, pushes her hunch back, and raises and dramatically drops the handkerchief. And then when she thinks nobody's looking, makes a point of gathering it back up and scrunching it up and putting it in a pocket.
Yeah.
As the handkerchief hits the floor, 2 people either on each side push Hey Kid and the rabbits towards each other, which I can only assume ends in absolute carnage.
Faster! I said faster!
I think Hey Kid just gets like frustrated that it's going too slowly, gets off the horse and pushes it themselves.
Yes.
Has forgotten a jousting pole, so just kind of pushes the horse into the horse with the rabbits, so it kind of just slowly falls over and the rabbits just hop off. Just like, oh. but Hey Kid is like thrilled regardless. Is like, I win! Oh! Does a victory lap.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, victory lap, not on the horse.
No, yeah, just running around the room.
Amelie sweeps up the rabbits.
I'm imagining her with like a with like a snowplow attachment on the front.
Yeah. And then both Amelie and Mini Amelie wheel towards Gertrude, holding at each side, although Mini Amelie's arms are very spindly and much longer to make sure that it's being held level, a now framed canvas. And Amelie approaches and goes, "Amelie and Mini Amelie, have you a gift? Hello, we are your friends."
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
And the gift is a painting. The painting shows Gertrude as a noble knight with Hey Kid stood next to her as her squire. Behind them is Sal as a minstrel rocking out on a lute. To one side is a frog with a really big white beard, looking like the gruff old sort of like mentor knight with a scar over one eye. And just off to one side, slightly in the background, is Amelie. Not in the costumes that the rest of them have, just standard Amelie with just a wizard hat just popped on top. And they are all stood beneath a blue sun, and there is just a single bit of macaroni in the middle because that is now in just like that's in the programming. That is where the macaroni now goes. For you.
Thank you. So, I really like it. Oh my god, it's so big. I don't have anywhere to put it right now. Amelie, can you hold on to it until I have a room that's big enough to put it up in?
Of course. It seems like you will need one of those now that you belong here. And wheels away.
Gertrude takes a moment to process that, having, like, up to this point, always considered this a stop on the way.
I'd say there's like a couple of other things happen in terms of like, you know, people come up and say happy birthday, but then deliberately I'll say like, and a non-happy birthday to you, you know, after being briefed, and after, you know, I think before the cake is cut and everything, and there's a few more jousting going on. Sal will sort of sidle up to a microphone, and it's like 1 2 1 2. So I have a new song that's been inspired by our guest of honor today, and well, I want it to be not only a gift for her, so that in times of times where things are a bit much, that she can just think of this and and it's proper like gearing themselves up because they're like and they start playing their lute, but have left out an array of instruments so that anyone can pick them up and contribute to the musical chaos. And so Sal sort of takes a moment, breathes, and then starts to sing and says, Gertrude, don't feel so sad. Take this rad song, cake makes it better. Remember to let us into your heart, then we can start to make things better. And then like, better.
Hey Kid has like jumped on the drum kit and is animaling their way through the rest of the song.
Gertrude picks up like a tuba or like one of those types of instruments that like curls around you that you have to play with a massive horn. And you wouldn't have thought she'd have the puff. She's a very skinny teenager, but manages to make an enormous noise come out of this thing.
I think Parish is probably just jumping up and down on a bongo.
Between two bongos to get a different tune.
Yes, even better. Yeah.
Amelie plays the triangle, and
yes,
little Amelie plays a smaller triangle.
Keeping perfect time.
Absolutely.
And this whole cacophony of noises and stuff, the loudness is sort of like culminating, like a sort of we've got like the rabbits are probably having their own chorus, the multiple rabbits screaming like na 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 Gertrude, like. And we sort of maybe pass over the sort of final sort of look that we see the cake, we see the beautiful gifts, the handkerchief, the beautiful portraits, and then so maybe we pull out of Yazeba's bed and breakfast, and the lights from the basement are lighting up the whole of this ridiculous, impossible bed and breakfast, and there's a sign that says Yazeba, welcome for anyone. And that is where we'll end this one shot of Yazeba's bed and breakfast. Thank you to my wonderful players. Woo! What a beautiful ending. What a tense time as well. Like, fantastic. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were the cast of Merely Roleplayers: Matt, Strat, Nat, and Alex. This episode's RPG was Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast by Possum Creek Games. You can find out more information about Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast on the Possum Creek Games website. That's possumcreekgames.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon on twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.